Hello, hello, hello. So, the main part of the Divine event has finally begun, and the Heaven and Hades Castle event has just started in DML, and we are really looking to finish off this event. So Ned, Aya, come quick, I've received some news of dire importance! What's going on, Professor? Is it about dragons? I hope it's about dragons. How did you guess? In any case, I was given a message by the Hermes dragon. It appears that Kronos, the Dragon Master of Time, is in need of our help. The events at the Golden Pyramid appear to have caused a rift in space-time. We need to make sure nothing dangerous comes through. While Kronos tries to fix it, I'm sending you two and your trainer friends into the rift to investigate. Who knows what sort of wonders await you within? Wonders is an interesting way of saying dangers, Dad. At least we have another powerful trainer with us. Are you ready? So we do actually have some event dialogue here as well, which is pretty cool. But in this event, we have 3 dragons on offer and quite a lot of divine tickets, because if you make it to level 4, that's 100 tickets just for that one level. That's pretty insane. But level 5, we have the Vivid Dragon as a reward dragon, and you know what? This is actually a pretty good dragon for new players, being an Energy, Shadow, and Wind epic. So if you wanted to use this in like a mid-game team, it's actually pretty good. Then level 6 is a reward that most players would be looking to get from this event, because you can get the Hermes Dragon from this event. So he's a very good divine. He's basically just a slightly, like quite a bit worse version of Freya, but a better version of the Pixie Dragon. But he's a very good divine, you know, he's done good stuff for my team. So you can get him by finding the key on level 6. And then finally, the big main prize of this event, which is going to be very difficult to get a hold of, is Chrono Hades. So this guy isn't as good as Chrono Aphrodite, for example, but he's still a very quality dragon overall, and plus he looks super duper weird, so I cannot wait to get a hold of him. But you do need to open up every single chest in this event to get a hold of him. But without further ado, let us get into this event. So, holy Kronos, Ned! We've been on a lot of crazy adventures, but I've never seen anything like this. It's like Mount Dragolympus, but mashed together? I really don't like the sound of that. Oh, Ned, don't be scared. The Hermes Dragon is here to help us, and our trainer friend too. Now let's explore. So yes, this map is essentially the old Divine events, but different, with like the space-time rift coming through. Like, I love the colors, so I don't mind it, but it's like there's a big hole in the cave, and apparently we can see into outer space, which is pretty weird. We've got the snake pit here, but we do have 500 event currency to spend right now, and we have to take on Chrono Hades. So Bran, is that you? How did you manage to get inside the rift? It's too dangerous for you to be here. Quiet, dragon girl. I snuck in alongside you because I'm conveniently sized. More importantly, what is the name of Dragonlandia? Or what in the name of Dragonlandia is that? You mean this dragon I found? I don't know, but it looks powerful, and if I can beat you and take it back to the Vikings, I'll finally be a real villain. Yeah, Brent is not spooking anyone. He's not a real villain. We do get to use a level 80 Hermes dragon here, which is like why my Hermes dragon is just a better version. Come on, dudes. Drat! I guess this dragon's no good. Just you wait. I'll get you and capture all the weird dragons in the rift for the Vikings. Bran, wait. I'm too scared to chase you. The Hermes dragon seems confused. Oh, I get it. Brant's dragon looks a lot like the Hades dragon Hogwin and I found on Mount Dragolympus. Hermes dragon. You know the Hades dragon, don't you? But this one looks so strange. Is it even really the Hades dragon we know? No, he's Chrono Hades. Come on, it's in the name. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy to see the difference. He looks like he's like on psychedelics or something. So now we have the fights with the elemental restrictions coming in, because as you probably know, in castle events, in the higher levels, you will start to be able to use less and less elements as you go up. So, you know, for the first levels, normally you can use every element, but eventually you will start getting quite restricted. And on the final levels, normally it's 3 elements or 2 elements that you're allowed to use per fight. And since this is is a divine event, I imagine that Shadow, Light, and Divine are going to be common elements for the final level. So the first chest we opened was not the key, which actually does hinder our event progress quite a bit. And oh my good lord, I have Facebook open. Please ignore the noise. I always forget to turn notifications off for everything but Discord. So please, if you're hearing these noises, it is me. You can check anyway. Maybe you've got some messages you haven't responded to. But anyway, wow, have you guys ever seen dragons like these? Even the Hermes dragon is in disbelief. I wonder, Dad said this roof was caused by a break in space-time. Maybe that means dragons from other dimensions were able to get inside? Fighting super cool dragons from another dimension? How can I pass that up? Come on, let's go. So yeah, we know that Arya's super into just, you know, being a independent, strong woman beating up these poor dragons. And Ned has not changed either. Ooh, we're lucky those dragons didn't use any crazy mind-breaking alternate dimension attacks or anything. A dragon is a dragon is a dragon, no matter what dimension they come from. I hope we can meet them all again. I guess it's what Dad would want. Also, Ned needs to stop living just for the sake of his dad. Like, if he doesn't want to do some of these things, he needs to stand up for himself and say, "No, Daddy, that's not who I am." Okay, maybe most people don't call their dads daddy when they're, like, teenage boys. That is a bit weird. Yeah, that is a bit weird. And also don't forget, we do have Mart deals on at the moment, which we will be taking a look at when we've done all of our event stuff here as well. But I'm hoping for some good stuff. Because last week's Mart was okay for a couple of the deals, but overall the deals were pretty lackluster. So I'm hoping and praying for something quality. Second chest, go! Yes! Sweet. The sooner you get the keys in this event, the faster your progress is going to be. So good luck and good RNG is also going to be a big factor in getting to the final levels quickly. Look guys, I found a key. I wonder if doors here work like normal, or if they'll send us into some endless space vortex, or one way to find out, Ned. Oh, here Ned, your hand is shaking. Why don't we let our friend do the honors? So there we go, 5 divine tickets is not too bad for instantly completing level 1. I don't mind that too much. Level 2. How about that, Ned? We didn't get sucked into the vacuum of space after all. Darn. I was kind of hoping that door would just lead us back home. Let's keep searching the rift. Keep an eye out for anything suspicious, trainer. I shall. I will be your helper and your leader in these trying times. But we are going to run out of event currency here. So, there we go. We're about to fight a Poseidon dragon. But now that we are here... Oh, look, it's the Zeus picture on the wall. I remember him. It's because it looks weird because his head is like a different shape to the actual dragon. And then we got Ares, the other Ares over there. And then we got these dragon statues. Look at them! They're so feisty, what the heck? But, you know, even though we've run out of event currency, of course there is a way to get more currency, and it is by doing these quests at the bottom here. So it's very important that when you're doing these events, you don't put in long food timers, you don't put in long breeding times, don't try and breed legendaries and stuff like that. So collect gold, food, breeding, feeding, winning, and catching. So these are things that you'll probably just be doing in your day-to-day DML stuff anyway. So we've got 200 from that. So when you're trying to look for a dragon to breed, you can either try and go for the dragon of the week if you're really desperate to get it, although it's not the most optimal thing to do. If you have VIP, it's a really good idea to breed demonic dragons. So the combination for that is Shadow and Fire. So if you have these 2 dragons together, there's only the chance of breeding the demonic. If we breed these 2 together, that'll give us an 8-hour breeding time, it'll give us the 200 points, but this is mainly the combo used for 300 points, so rather than me giving specific combos for every stage of the event, I'm just going to give you the general idea that the demonic combo is one of the best that you can use for, you know, points over time. Generally speaking. Again, that's not the case for the later tiers in the event when we can get more points, but just remember that. So if you're confused about what to breed, that is a very good combo. There's also a light combo, I think it's like the jungle dragon that works as well sometimes, but, you know, Again, if you want to see all the specific numbers and specific things, you can check on the DML wiki, because every time we get a new event, they do list it. So, I did just hatch this guy as well. I don't know why I decided to hatch him, but why not, I guess. Plus, we need to feed dragons, and the best way to get the feeding dragon points from the event is to hatch a level 1 dragon, feed him up so then it doesn't cost you a lot of food. Easy, done skis. You know, it's nice and simple. And then for winning battles, any kind of fight counts towards this, including instant win tickets. So for us, getting these winning fights or winning battles section done is super duper easy when we have instant win tickets. But again, remember that you can also get winning battle points by doing arena fights as well, and you can get them from doing dungeon fights. So if you're low on regular portal energy, there are other ways that you can actually get more. The only thing is, with my portal gems, I have like near on 200 of them anyway, so it really doesn't make any difference. But we've hit the max amount of points that we can get for that for now. And finally, catching creatures is catching creatures, so we just have to wait for those guys to spawn. But now we've got another 1000 event currency, which means that we can continue on with level 2. So we will continue on in the castle event. So, what kind of dragon is that? Oh, Ned, it's just the Poseidon dragon, the divine dragon of water from Dragon Olympus. I wonder what it's doing here. Any ideas, Hermes dragon?
It's here to do my bidding, that's right, Scaredy Ned. I've got a dragon god on my thumb, and it only sprayed water at me twice.
Yeah, well, look, I also have a cousin or brother of the current Hermes dragon available in this event.
Ugh, you useless dragon. My Brent, you can't keep tangling with divine dragons like this. That Poseidon dragon isn't going to tolerate it.
He'll get in trouble if we don't catch up with him, but at least the Poseidon dragon is safe. Hermes dragon, do you think it got lost in the rift?
I wonder if the rift has been drawing the divines to it, like moss to a flame or dragons to a really, really big vacuum.
See, I enjoy these events that actually have event dialogue. Because recently we've just been having tons of events that don't have any, and it's been really disappointing. So I actually like it when we get some for a change. You know, it's like one of the only things that we get in-game to really see the characters progress or see mini story events unfold. Because apart from these special events, we don't really learn anything about the characters. And even though DML's mostly about, you know, the breeding and the battling and the events, I like the extra bits as well. Is that just me? I like the extra bits. Also, I really want this dragon. It's like the butterfly dragon's child or something. The vivid. I really want it. We're gonna get it, but I'm just saying I really want it. First chest. Oh, if only we were so lucky. If only. So I'm not sure how many chests we're gonna be able to open. This might be our second last chest for this level with the currency that we have so far. But do remember that it is a castle event. The cooldowns are every 6 hours, so you will have to be logging in minimum once every 6 hours. For most players to get 100% of the points, you'll probably have to log in twice every 6 hours, so, you know, once every 3 hours or so if you really want to be on it with this event. But just remember that this event is no walk in the park. No walk in the park at all. Just because you're doing well right now, don't assume that the event is going to stay nice and simple and easy. Because some of the later tiers, apparently some of the tile costs go into the high 2000s range, which, you know, it's not abnormal. We've seen it before. But it's a lot of event currency. You'll understand when you get there, wee lad or lass. You'll understand. Actually, that was our last chest that we can open for now. You can see the tile costs are already getting into the, you know, 100, 200 range, but it's still cheaper for us to go for this chest here. And one final thing that you've probably seen me doing, always go down the sides that have bells, because if you go around the bells, it will cost you a whole lot more in terms of event currency. So always, always, always go to the side that has the fights, and you will save yourself a ton of time and currency at the same time. So that is as far as we can get in the Heaven and Hades event right now. I will try and log in when the creatures have actually spawned so that we can get the rest of the points. But for now, we just have to wait until the next 6-hour period. So, aside from that, like I said, we do have the whale mart here. And so these are the deals that we are working with. Oh my god, that deal! Oh, it's euphoric. Oh, I just saw the first deal. Extraordinary divine enchantment materials for 1,000,000 food. Oh my god. Oh, is this the best deal I've ever seen in my life? I can't believe it. I can't believe that I've... Oh, so, yes, this is an extremely good deal. Extraordinary divine materials take so long to farm, and only costing 1,000,000 food for me is like... It's like pittance. That is a beautiful deal. Everyone log in and go and get your materials as soon as you can. Obviously, depending on player level, the deals will be slightly different, but that deal is just so good. If you ever see extraordinary materials on offer for food, take them. Along with that, we've got 2 VIP tickets for 50,000 food. That is also insanely good value. And then we also have some arena gems for 25,000 food. So, all the deals this time that aren't gem related seem to be food related. And all of these are really, really good. So, even if it takes you a couple or like a day or so to farm up the food to do it, take these deals on. They're really, really good. So the other two that we have is a habitat limit extender for 99 gems. Unfortunately, the habitat limit extenders are a lot worse than they used to be because, you know, we have a ton of space in our habitats now if we just upgrade them with trinkets. So, unfortunately, I don't like this deal at all. And then the other deal that we have is extraordinary energy materials and 25 scrolls for 99 gems. So, this would be really tempting if you could enchant a dragon using it, but you can farm extraordinary materials of base elements quite easily in the Enchantment League. The ones that are tough to get are legendary and divine, so 99 gems is a little bit too steep of an ask for that, I believe. So, you know, those are my thoughts on the Whale Mart. I cannot believe they've given us free divine extraordinary mats. I'm actually feeling good. What the heck? I was not expecting that. So, I did also ascend our root dragon. You can see we've got the legendary materials from him. Unfortunately, we didn't get high grade materials, which kind of sucks. But it is what it is for now, and there isn't really anything else for us to ascend at the moment. I guess we could just ascend that Cinder Hulk. that's a League of Legends item, but we can always just ascend him for no reason, just to say goodbye to him, I guess, and make some room. So, on top of that, we do also have a couple of deals here. So, they're offering Zeus's shrines still, which, you know, it's basically the same as the ticket generator, except it works for the castle event instead. So you can see that the capacity is 168 and the earning rate is 7 event currency per hour. This is not going to be the thing that ends up winning you the event or not, because it generates such a small amount of tokens, but it does look pretty cool. So if you want to buy it just for a decoration, it's £2. It's up to you whether you want to buy it or not. And then we also have a very cheap bundle for Mr. Pirate here, and you can get some Dragon Fury Essence, 5 Divine Tickets, and some gold. Honestly, the best thing in this offer here is probably the Dragon Fury Essence. And it is really cheap, but the dragon itself is just a common. He's not very good. I guess if they offered this deal to someone that doesn't have Shadow or Light dragons, it actually wouldn't be too bad, because if you get him, you'd be able to breed him with other dragons and get some shadow dragons really, really early on. But I'm not sure what level it offers that bundle to, so just keep that in mind. But if you're like super low level player and you get that offer, actually might help you out in your actual game progression quite a bit. So anyone else that already has the shadow element, it's pretty trash though, so do remember that. But, you know, that is everything for now. Do also remember that as it is a Friday, we will likely get weekend events in like a couple of hours time. So There may be even more opportunities to get more divine tickets, because whenever we see weekend events, they seem to give a ton of extra divine tickets. And for anyone that's still going for Poseidon, for example, this will be the last week to get him. This will be the last week, because the divine event ends in 10 days, and the castle event itself ends in 10 days. So this is the last opportunity to get these tickets, get those pulls, and hope that RNG is kind to you. So for now, I'm going to be wishing you the very, very best of luck. Make sure you are logging in. It is going to be a hectic week, but if you put in the effort, and some people might end up losing a bit of sleep over it, but you might get yourself a couple of extra divine dragons. But for now, thank you for joining me, and until next time, I will see you then.